Hello friends, today we are going to make a plum cake. So all of you try this recipe, okay? The ingredients are 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cup of brown sugar, caramelized sugar syrup, 6 eggs, 200 to 250 grams of butter, vanilla essence, orange essence. Okay, this is vanilla essence, orange essence, baking powder to measure 1 glass. So we can start. My mother is going to make this recipe, okay?
So for making this plum cake, first we can add 200 to 250 grams of butter. I am adding here 200 to 250 grams of butter, and we can add powdered brown sugar also. So we can add powdered brown sugar. You can also use normal sugar for this one. So here I am adding powdered brown sugar, so it gives a nice color to the cake. So first you can check it. Okay, now we can use this hand mixture for beating this butter and sugar. So we want to first put it in the low speed and blend it nicely. So it must come into like a cream. The texture should be in a cream. So till then you want to beat. So you can use the spatula. I am using this wooden spatula for mixing the butter and sugar, brown sugar. Again I am beating it for some time so that it changes into a smooth paste like a cream. So see, it's looking like a cream. So now we can add the egg. So now I am going to separate the egg yolk and egg white. I am not putting the whole egg. So first we can separate it. So egg yolk I am separating like this way. I am putting the egg white in one vessel and egg yolk into this dough. So I am totally adding 6 eggs for 2 cup of maida and 1.5 cup of brown sugar I am using for this one. So 1/2 cup I use for caramelizing, that is the caramelized sugar syrup. So 3 eggs, like that way you want to add all the 6 eggs. You want to do like this way. So I put all the 6 eggs now, egg yolk into this. So now we can beat it into a smooth paste. So the egg yolk, butter and the sugar should mix very well. See, like this way you want to beat it. You also can use your hand for making this mixture. I am using the hand mixture. You can use a wooden spatula for mix this. Anyway, it must come into a smooth paste. The texture should be in a cream, like a cream it should be. So beat it well. So I am using this wooden spatula for mixing side. Also some butter and sugar is there, so I am mixing that one. Again we want to mix it very well so that you will get a nice cake. But that plum cake, it is very soft plum cake. So it must be beat properly. This sugar, butter and the egg yolk should beat well. Then after adding maida, you don't want to mix so much. So now it is enough. So I am just using that wooden spatula for mixing all together. Now we can add this caramelized sugar syrup. I told you I used half cup of sugar to make this caramelized sugar syrup. It gives a nice color to the cake, that plum cake. Just mix it well. So the brown sugar and the caramelized that sugar syrup, it gives a nice color to the plum cake. So mix it well so that that caramelized sugar syrup should enter everywhere. Then we can add this maida. So I am using 2 cup of maida. Into this 2 cup of maida, I am adding 2 teaspoon of baking powder. 2 teaspoon of baking powder I am adding. So these two we can use the sieve for making this maida and baking powder. We can sieve together so that the baking powder will mix properly with that maida. So now we can add this. I already sieved this maida and baking powder together. See, it is mixed very well. Now the baking powder is mixed very well. Now we can add this maida into this cake mixture. So we must not add together. We want to add little by little. We want to add. Otherwise it will form lumps. So I am adding first this much we can add now. Then we can mix it together. So if you do like this way, we can avoid the lumps so that the maida will mix everywhere. See, like this way, little by little you want to add. No need to add the whole maida into that. It will create lumps. So you want to add little by little. Instead of maida, you can also use wheat for doing this cake. That is also good and healthy. So mix it very well so that it does not form any lumps. So instead of this wooden spatula, we can also use our hand for mixing it. Usually in our olden days, in our childhood and all, my father used to mix it with his hand for making this cake. So here I am using the wooden spatula for doing this. Anyway, the maida should mix well. It should not form any lumps. That is very important. So I put the whole maida into that cake mixture and we can mix it thoroughly. See, everywhere you want to mix from the bottom. So it is ready now. See, I mixed all. So I am adding 1 to 1.5 teaspoon of honey. That is enough. You can also add 2 teaspoon. I am adding this much only. 1 to 1.5 teaspoon of honey. Just mix it well. Now we can add this fruits. That is tutti frutti, dates, some cashew nuts and some dried fruits I am mixing. I soaked it in the orange juice, 1 cup of orange juice and overnight. That mixture is this one. Then I am adding some cashew nuts, crushed cashew nuts and badam. So first we can add this dry fruits that soaked in orange juice. 1 day I soaked it and I kept it in the fridge overnight. So I am adding that one. So that orange juice taste also will come. Now we can add that cashew nut, crushed cashew nuts and badam. instead of this crushed, you can also add pieces of cashew nuts. Here I am adding this crushed cashew nuts. Anyway, it is not crushed, some more powdered cashew nuts are these. So it also gives a nice flavor and nice taste to the, excellent taste to the cake. You can add pista also, you can add walnuts, according to your wish you can add. So I am here adding only cashew nuts and badam. The cashew nuts become just grinded well. So now that is ready. Now we can blend this white part of the egg. It should form like a soap form. It should form like that way. You want to blend it properly. So it gives a softness to the cake. So I am adding only at the last. Only I am not adding together. So just see like this way. You want to blend it. So you can see some bubbles like a form, soap form it is. So we can add that also into that. We don't need to add water or milk, anything. I'm not adding anything. When we add this white part of the egg, now the cake mixture will be ready. Now it is, you will get a correct texture. I'm adding small 1/4 teaspoon of spices, and the 2 in that cup itself, the lid itself, I'm taking 2 lid of vanilla essence. I'm adding vanilla essence. Then orange essence also in the same lid I am adding 1 lid of orange essence. If you want, you can add 1 more lid of orange essence also. Mix it very well. So I am adding this essence at the last only to maintain the flavor for the cake. So that mix it very well. Now see, the cake mixture is, the cake texture is not loose or tight. Now we can use this cake tin. I am using this cake tin for pouring the cake mixture. First I spread some butter, then some that maida dust I am adding, dusting it with maida. Just put it everywhere so that the cake will not stick on that tin. So I am using the butter, then butter I am adding. So then you can add this cake mixture into this. You want to add only half, maximum half of that cake tin. If you don't add more, then it will not bake properly. Half part of the cake tins. Then spread that spread this the dough properly well. So like this way you can spread this dough, that cake mixture. Then just tap the tin so that it will avoid, the air bubbles will not be there. So just tap the cake tin. So I am using the electric oven for making this. First I want to preheat the oven. I am keeping the temperature for 180 degrees Celsius. 180 degrees Celsius, and it should be in the 2 coil. Then timer should be for 10 minutes. For preheating it should be for 10 minutes. So then 2 coil, then let it preheat for 10 minutes. So see, the coil and all become red. You can able to see. It is preheating. It's ready now. Now we can keep the cake mixture, that cake tin, into this oven. So handle the electric oven properly. It is very heat, so much heat is there. So use your tongs for holding that vessel, and we can keep the timer for 40 minutes. 40 minutes is needed for baking my cake. According to the quantity of the cake it differs. I took 40 minutes. I'm keeping it for 40 minutes. Then temperature 165 to 170 degrees Celsius. You can keep the temperature for baking. Then 40 minutes timer is set now. So see, 40 minutes over. Now the cake is ready now. Plum cake is ready.
Look, now the cake is ready.
So we can serve the cake.
Okay, look the plum cake. Let me taste. Super.
Now the second trip is also ready. So this is a very nice, delicious plum cake. All of you try this recipe.
So now we are going to taste the cake.
Plum cake.
Super.
Super plum cake.
So all of you want to try this recipe and subscribe to this channel. Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye.